Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. Let's talk about the throne speech from Canada, shall we? So, on the surface, things sound good. To just go over some highlights, the government says it wants to create a million jobs program pretty much, and to extend the emergency wage subsidy program through to next summer. On top of jobs, they want to get women back in the workforce. So now they're saying that they're going to get more women in the workforce by contributing significant long-term sustained investment to create a Canada-wide early childhood education and learning program, basically national daycare, more or less. A criminal code change for seniors so that those who neglect seniors can be punished by law. There's going to be a new Canadian disability benefit. And they're pledging to now legislate climate change action. They say they're going to legislate reduced greenhouse gas emissions by 30% below 2005 levels by 2030. And they are promising to legislate Canada's goal of net zero emissions by 2050. Now, they're saying they're going to do this by creating thousands of jobs retrofitting homes and buildings and to make zero emissions vehicles more affordable. And they're also talking about new airline routes. Okay, not sure how this works, especially if like half of the country is bubbling with itself and doesn't want to travel to hot spots that are surging. But anyway, so on the surface, sounds good, right? Like, let's punish some people who need to be punished, and let's keep showing Canadian support. Good. These are not bad things. However, the problems are numerous. So going back to the top, a million-person jobs program. No specification what those jobs are, and how they plan on getting a green economy rolling. In other words, this is simply more liberal platitudes without real concrete action. They didn't say if these jobs are going to be in, we're going to retrain Alberta's oil economy so that they can go to geothermal instead. It's drilling but cleaner. No mention of, we want startups for electric vehicles and investments in green public transit, whether it's electric buses, electric trams, streetcars, etc. No talk about improved electrification of, say, Via's fleet and new Via Rail routes, additional investments in solar, wind, hydroelectrical power, nuclear power. Nothing like this, just more platitudes. Now, with the national child care thing, okay, not bad. Problem is, once again, as we saw with legalization of marijuana, this is probably going to be a provincial jurisdiction, which will be interesting because the feds are saying they want to create a long-term investment to create a Canada-wide early learning and childcare system. But if half the people, half the provinces are in charge of implementing this, have conservative people in charge and running the show, how effective and efficient is that care actually going to be? No mention of that. The criminal code changes for seniors. Once again, thank you, Jagmeet Singh and the NDP, for saying something months ago, and the Liberals said no way, and now here they are with the throne speech saying it. The sky is blue. Today must be a day that ends in Y. Again, a disability benefit. The NDP were crying about this. There's also the extension of the emergency wage subsidy program, which, okay, great. Noticeably absent is the CERB, which still affects millions of Canadians who have been participating in the gig economy because the root problem, capitalism, was not addressed. So they're still willing to leave several million Canadians behind. I think their hope is that they can just be transferred to the Million Jobs program. But again, that's vague because they haven't said what those jobs will be and how it's going to happen. And then with the new airline routes, I mean, Okay, sure, more jobs for people who worked in the airline industry to come back and try and increase domestic travel. Okay, this is a good thing. But again, that doesn't necessarily help our greenhouse gas emissions, and it doesn't really help the fact that most destinations were to sunny tropical destinations. Basically, airlines in Canada operate on two sort of rotations. You have your winter schedules where everyone goes somewhere nice and warm. So Florida, Cuba, anywhere else in the Caribbean, Mexico, Panama, Costa Rica. And then you have your summer rotation, which is now we want to go on vacation to everywhere else. So to other parts of America, to other parts of Canada, to Europe especially, and to Asia especially. And we'll also throw in a little bit of Africa and South America here and there. So this is a good idea in theory, but it can only go so far, which of course they're not going to mention because this is a speech from the throne. They want people to support it, which is really the big question at the end of the day. Is this worth supporting? Whether you're the NDP, the Bloc Québécois, the Conservatives, the Green Party, is this worth supporting? I don't know. I really don't. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I'm still trying to see how I feel about all this. And I'd love to hear the thoughts of everyone else. But the fact that I'm coming away from this throne speech neither pleased or excited, but also not, completely disappointed, but also not proud. It's this weird, unsettling, and unpleasant feeling. And that's what's bothering me today.